Here we are on the first Abe's Oddysee opening movie, and this was really the first thing people ever saw from Oddworld. What we were after was this sense of like third world laborers that were really just being completely absorbed by mega global corporations. And yet we wanted to do this with a sense of irony and humor. And these were some of the themes that inspired us. And what we wanted to do was even take the idea of these mega corporations and how they related to food and third world labor and things of this nature and turn it into something digestible that was fun. And a lot of the influence for the designs, like if you look at this, the meat processing plant of Rupture Farms, we were after sort of an industrial revolution look, but also that felt menacing in the way that looking at nuclear silos feels menacing, that it felt like power plants.
That's me. My name is Abe. I was Employee of the Year.
Here we have Abe walking up to the advertisements of the products that they make. His race and his ancestry and his culture had a relationship to these creatures that was like the Native Americans and buffalo. And yet here, he's looking at paramite pies and going, you know, yum, and describing Rupture Farms as, this is Rupture Farms. And, you know, he was kind of depressed because we started this game at the end and made you unfold the story to find out how he got there. And then depending on how you got there, or got him there, altered his fate. And what he didn't realize was that there was a world outside of this factory. And to a lot of degree, that's how a lot of us feel today. You know, our lives are being absorbed by so much work. And it's, oddly enough, you know, at Oddworld, we just are working all the time, trying to bring experiences that are about how bizarre it is that our world has been consumed by work and we're not really living as much anymore.
It was us. I just had to escape. I just had to be free. And I didn't even know I had a destiny. I had just got past those slugs when the strangest thing I saw. A big moon was before me, and its face was my paw. Then I fell.
Now, one of my favorite artists was Picasso. In the beginning of Cubism, from his intent, was largely about recognizing how man was becoming less of an individual being and more of a gear in a wheel in a factory. It wasn't the guy out, you know, harvesting his crops anymore. It was just a guy pulling a lever over and over and over. And his faces of his characters became more structured and angled, and his landscapes became more geometric because he was saying the rolling hills were going away and the factories were replacing all this, and the basic shape of the landscape was becoming more cubic and angled. And so his characters did well because he was saying our people today are becoming more mechanized. They're becoming the machine. In a lot of ways, I feel similar about the world, and with all the conversations we would have at Oddworld about how we were going to approach the design, we wanted this feeling that these characters were cogs in that machine world, that were becoming mechanized.
My test was completed. I expected to rest. Then the big face revealed the intent of my quest. With two scars together on the back of each hand, they could shut down Rupture Farms and restore the lost land. With hand scars complete, the spirits took form. Now my chant had power. Rupture Farms should be warned. Yeah. I'd found the switch to kill most of the power. And there I was, in the final hour.